Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about a very important astrological configuration that will be happening from December 15th through April 24th. And what this configuration is, it's called a Kala Sarpa yoga. Now, Kala means time and Sarpa means serpent. So it is this time serpent yoga that means a certain destiny. Things that we can't imagine will be happening in this window of time. Because what this is all about, it means all the planets are trapped between Rahu and Ketu. So it's like this entrapment that something is destined to happen in this window. It will be one intense event after another. You will see. So starting on the 15th, when Mars conjoins Ketu, that's the last planet that goes within the encasement of Rahu and Ketu, dealing with a destiny. This can't be avoided. This is where it all comes together. It all is going to begin happening. And it's going to be completely out of control. So let me explain what the Kala Sarpa is exactly for those that astronomically don't have an understanding of what I'm talking about. And that is where Rahu and Ketu are. Rahu is the north node of the moon. Ketu is the south node of the moon. And they're always exactly opposite. Now, when all the planets and the outer planets actually do not count in this yoga, which is Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, but in reality, these planets are even contained on one side of the lunar axes of Rahu and Ketu. So they're all within the nodes of the moon. This isn't all that rare, but when it happens, things are out of control. It's intense. And those people that have this in their birth chart, I've asked every single one of them, and I said, does your life seem like you have major highs and major lows? And if you were to tell somebody about your life, they would think you're lying, exaggerating, making it up, because it's so unbelievable, okay? And what I always tell people is, you can have major highs, but major lows. But every time you hit a low point, you will always rise to a much higher position than before. A prime example of that is Donald Trump. He has Kala Sarpa in his chart. Think about his life. Who would have ever thought when he was bankrupt and going through a divorce that he would be president of the United States one day? Inconceivable. But that's the power of this yoga. It brings these kind of unbelievable events to the surface. Now, when Mars joins with Ketu, that's going to be a triggering event. This is the 15th of December. And furthermore, the planet that will break the Kala Sarpa yoga will be Mercury once Mercury crosses Rahu next April. But the nodes will have actually shifted by that time into Aries and Libra around the 15th of March. And when that happens, you will see a big change of events. Things will reverse. Things will change. It will have a whole different energy. There will be a completely different feeling in the air. Everything changes when the nodes changes, because wherever the Rahu and Ketu, the nodes go, are where the eclipses are going to be falling. And the eclipses are those points that dictate what experiences are happening here on Earth. As Rahu and Ketu goes through all 12 signs of the zodiac, each and every one has a different feel, brings about different events that are happening in the world. They stay in a sign for a year and a half. So for a year and a half, you get these whole experiences that can be predicted based on the sign, the stars, and the planets that align with Rahu and Ketu. But this Kala Sarpa Yoga, the fact that it's in Scorpio, tells volumes of all the corruption, the crimes, the deceit, the darkness that's about to be uncovered. And I've often said, you know, Pluto, the 8th house, Scorpio, it deals with issues around control. How do we control other people? There are many ways, but there's 3 that are the most powerful that relate to Scorpio. And one is sex. You're going to see sexual criminals, abuse surface. The ugliness of what's been happening will surface at this time. Unbelievable things that we just can't believe or have been happening. This will come about. We have to be aware in order to heal it. The other way that people control each other, so it's sex is one, the other one's money. Think about people will even kill for money. That's how radical this extreme is. So money talks, money controls. That's going to be what's going to surface as well. But the third thing is death. You see, people control, churches, religions control people by playing on their fears of death. When you die, where do you go? So those are the 3 variables that are what Scorpio's about. And this is what has been playing havoc on the world. And this is what's going to be revealed and exposed during the time that we have this eclipse in December, during the time that Mars crosses Ketu, which is the 15th. Then when Mars crosses the eclipse degree, the previous eclipse degree, which will be the 30th, the 31st, then we have these planets Gandanta. What is Gandanta? Gandanta is the very last degrees of a water sign and the very first degrees of a fire sign. And it literally means out of control. It means a knot, that there's something that is going to be a huge obstacle, but it deals with the sense of feeling like you're losing control, you're drowning. You're drowning. That's what it feels like, Gandanta planets. So when we have Mars in January, about the 2nd, 3rd week of January, Mars will go into the last degrees of Scorpio, which is the tail of the scorpion, which deals with the stinger and poisons. We're going to see the likes that we've never seen before happening with this virus. And then we're going to have Mars in the early degrees of Sagittarius. And this is in the nakshatra called Mula. And Mula deals with destruction. You're going to see December, January, the explosions and the destruction like never before. But we've got to know what we're dealing with in order to heal it. And this is where it all comes out. But throughout this time, all the way till April, you're going to see the world change. People are going to be put in leadership positions that you didn't think possible. Yes. Do I think that Biden will finish his term? I said from the very beginning, the fact that on Inauguration Day, Mars can join Uranus on that day, Uranus is the planet of change. There's no way. But I didn't know that it would be this soon, because there's going to have to be someone else that takes over. Something's going to change. And maybe it's already changed. Maybe there's something that's been happening that we don't know. Maybe the truth is going to come out with that. But this Kala Sarpa Yoga, taking away any of our ideas or preconceptions of what could possibly be happening, what do I think this will bring about? This will bring about the biggest change our planet's seen. And we've already had that. But there's more to come. As I said, it's the grand finale. Something's about to give that's going to transform our world into a different place. And what I think is going to be very, very interesting is that once the truth comes out and we see what's actually been going on, a healing will come. After the shock, the realization of what's been going on will shake everyone to the core, and people will change. And guess what this is going to do more than anything else ever? Finally, bring us together. It has to happen. The separation, the divide has been going on too long. The Kala Sarpa Yoga is the final, it's the final thing that we needed. Because now it's out of our hands, and destiny will take on and transform and change the world. So surrender, let the divine do its part that we all need to heal. So may everyone, everywhere, have a healing in their life. So with that, I'd like to close. Remember, if you would like to learn Vedic astrology from me, we have a new start date coming up in January. Don't miss out. We're going to have our first live webinar on January 10th for the beginning semester. Go to University of Vedic Astrology.com and sign up for the university. You will not regret it. And also, if you want to receive my free newsletter, go to my website, galacticcenter.org, sign up for my free newsletter. You'll have all of my predictions delivered to your email. And don't forget to check out my beautiful spiritual jewelry that gives us reminders of why we're here. Thank you.